Hello everybody, welcome back. In today's video I'm gonna test my old 300mm f2.8 with the Sony Alpha 9 and the LA-EA3. Oh my gosh, it's worse than a tongue twister. Anyway, I want to test it just to understand if it's suitable for wildlife photography with the Sony Alpha 9. Be careful because with the adapter, the Sony Alpha 9 can get only 10 FPS, but it doesn't matter because it's only a test, just to understand if I can use it for wildlife. So let's go to discover it. Okay, as a first test, it's not so bad. Okay, using a 300mm f2.8 for butterflies, it's quite a waste, yes, considering because of the cost. But anyway, the first thing that I can notice is the weight compared to the 400 GM lens in E-mount system. It's considerably heavier, this lens, and so I'm using this monopod to be more comfortable. I have to say that the autofocus is not so reliable, but maybe because I'm in the woodland, so there are many situations of backlight or strange contrast that the camera with this lens can't resolve. So some situation I had to use the manual focus. Anyway, with the butterflies, that was a simple subject, no problem, and the images was pretty good. But now I'm looking for some bird, maybe small birds, because I want to stress this lens. I really want to understand if it works. woodpecker. Yes, really far, but a woodpecker. There was a great spot, a woodpecker. Okay, the picture, they are so tiny. The woodpecker is so tiny, really small. Okay. But with this lens, staying so far, I can't get so much. And as I said before, getting the right focus, it's quite hard. And switching in manual focus, I'm not always ready, so sometimes I miss the subject. Yes. So let's go. A butterfly wing. Yes. Okay, in this short period that I'm using this lens, I've noticed a thing that I didn't think before. I didn't realize it. The strange thing is the noise. This lens is really noisy. The autofocus motor is really noisy compared to the E-mount series. So, for example, the GM, the 100, 400 GM lens, it's really quiet, much more quiet than this lens, and it has the fastest autofocus motor, and I thought also the quietest. I don't know, the more silence. Okay, sorry. Anyway, it's super noise, and I didn't think before. Even because when I used this lens with my Alpha 99 Mark II, I didn't realize it was so noisy. But now I see that compared to the other, also with the 200-600 G lens, it's much more noisy. Yes, and and as I said, sometimes the Alpha 9 can get the right focus in backlight condition differently when I'm using the other lenses. So it's quite strange, not so reliable. But the good thing of this lens is the aperture, because at f2.8 you get a creamy background. Yes, a wonderful bokeh. Yes. So in low light condition, like a woodland, it's quite good despite the weight. Okay, but I've just told you. Super fresh, my save me bottle. Save the planet. Yes. This bottle, it takes the water, yes, a drink, a cold drink for at least 24 hours, whereas not drink for at least 12 hours. So really good, all day. Little snack. As you know, I'm vegetarian. Here we go. Using that lens was nice, and despite some issue, it was and is still a really good telephoto lens. Can I answer to my first question? I mean, if it was good for wildlife photography? Okay, the first thing I can say is that it's suitable for wildlife, but it's short. In some situations it might be too short, like today in the forest. With small subjects, like birds, it's harder to get an animal portrait, but you can get good animal environment pictures. Differently, using that lens, maybe in a photo blind with bigger animals, it allows you to get super images with really good backgrounds. As you know, every gear has pros and cons. The pros of this lens are: 1. A super wide aperture. f2.8 is super nice, and with this lens you can shoot even in low light condition, like in the forest. Of course, for having decent shutter speed value, you have to use bigger ISO values, but with modern cameras it's not a problem, it's not an issue. 2. Fast autofocus motors. Oh yes, the lens is super fast, even with the adapter for E-mount cameras. And 3. It has a lot of features, like the minimum focal length limiter, autofocus manual focus switch, sounds, and others. The cons are: number 1. Weight. Unfortunately, the lens is really heavy, and use handheld is tiring. I had to use a monopod with all drawback of the case. Number 2. Noisy. The autofocus motor are fast, as well as noisy. Compared to other wildlife lenses, like the 100-400 GM or the 200-600 G lenses, this one is super noisy. 3. Of course, you have only one focal length, so if your target is too far, you can only go literally closer if you need bigger images. 4. You can't use any teleconverter because of the LA-EA3 adapter. 5. You can't make any video using the AF, but only manual focus, and it might be too challenging. Having said that, if you already have this lens, you can consider to use it in specific situations. But if you wish to buy it, I'm not really sure to recommend it, even because it'll be pretty expensive, even if you find it used. 300mm of focal length are good in many occasions, like sport photography and also for wildlife photography. You know, but only in restricted situations. Okay guys, thanks for watching and thanks for being here with me. I hope it's been useful for someone. In case, give me a like, subscribe the channel, and don't forget to allow the notification bell for not losing every my new videos. See you next time. Bye bye.